There's gonna be second part, and it is chapter 2. Interesting. I don't know why I said interesting. It's not interesting. I don't know what to think of the graphics. The reviews I read talking about how fantastic the graphics are, among all the negative parts. I mean, I think the graphics are good. They're not that good, you know. Instead, I'm more impressed with the not impressed, but I like more the actual gameplay. Volume for me. He's going there. Where's Fitzroy? Right. On the approach, okay. On the approach to Darkwater, I saw thick clouds masking the sky. They were They were so low, they seemed intent on impaling themselves on the sap reefs that circled the island. Fitzroy, the captain of the only tub that manages to float to the mainland, offered to help me. He may have documents that belong to Charles Hawkins. Fitzroy advised me to visit the port's bar, mentioned a little pick-me-up. Suppose I could get the lay of the land at the same time. Fishermen have gathered around the carcass of a killer whale, on the left side. I could have a look and see what the local cops have to tell me. Captain Fitzroy offered to share with me what he has found on the Hawkins in the archives of the Harbour Master's office. And 1 second, I want to see if I can change something with the microphone. Okay. Think. Right. This might get better. We'll see. Wait, did I actually activate it? Yeah. I'm playing with the noise gate. Okay. Yes. Oh, I have an extra point. That would be nice. I think I'm gonna keep the point for when I can use it. Actually do that. Darkwater Port. At the entrance of the port of Darkwater, one still passes in front of the shell of the Scylla, the last whaling ship to have brought back a cat. Sailors wander the docks looking for some small job for the day. A gang of bootleggers has set itself up there and is gnawing away at the territory of Captain Fitzroy, the last sailor to own a boat capable of making the round trip between the island and mainland. Here, the golden age of whale hunting is but a distant memory. Sub-menu. Interesting. Okay, I saw that. Let's go that way.
Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan, can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Not
Don't
a
put
fish,
that beast
sailor.
back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
Well, if you didn't call a whale
You
a
can't
fish.
understand. You're not sailors.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
I don't understand.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters.
Doesn't make any sense. Why not tell me?
They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's
think I-
no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us...
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
What could have done so much damage?
Don't put that beast
Propeller.
back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Go to the bar. Let's go to the bar, because I assume if we go to Fitzroy, it will continue the story. That's a beautiful... Actually, who is that guy? I think he's a fisherman? Cannot talk to him. What is going on there?
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Wait, when is this taking place? I don't remember. 24.
Can we sort this out? You can see he's half drunk.
There's nothing to sort out. Your chum wanted to stir us up.
There's nothing for you here either.
But you can stay to
Pretense.
watch if you want. You can pick up the pieces.
Come on, you bastard. You'll see what a true sailor's got in his belly. You hear that? You bilge rats don't scare me.
What did he call us just now?
I said you were a bilge rat. And even a poxed limpet. You think we don't know what you're doing? Hidden in the fog?
I'll shut up your big mouth once and for all.
Optimistic.
Are you stupid or what? Even your captain told you not to stick your noses around here again.
This isn't your home, you bunch of sand crabs. We go where we want. Hey, you'll get us into trouble.
You're already in trouble.
Come on, can we sort this out? You can see he's half drunk.
There's nothing for you
There's
here
nothing
either.
to sort out.
Pretense.
Your chum wanted to stir us up.
But you can stay to watch if you want.
I like the lighting. That greenish hue. Beautiful. All I'm saying is that's not normal, is it? When I have used oil lamps in real life, none of them had green smoke coming out. By the way, this looks like a terrible place to live. Or a perfect place, I guess. Anyway, let's go to the bar.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Yet you served this man, and you can't say he's been on his best behavior.
He's a regular. It was you who provoked him by turning up with your mainland manner.
You mistake my manner. I ask nothing more than to become a regular as well, which will be difficult if you refuse to serve me.
I hope you're less talkative when you're drunk.
Try me.
We'll see.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
I wouldn't say no to a glass.
Try this.
Don't
I
drink the
think
whole
we'll
thing.
get along well. The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
I wish there was a easier way to know in advance what skill you can use.
You don't dare say a thing because you respect their memory. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a lot on your mind.
You're not a PI for nothing. Okay. I don't know what it's worth, though. But Mrs. Hawkins, she went to see her doctor very often.
She was sick.
Ah, I shouldn't have mentioned it to you. Forget it.
You don't dare say a thing because you respect their memory. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a lot on your mind.
You're not a PI for nothing. Okay. I don't know what it's worth, though. But Mrs. Hawkins, she went to see her doctor very often.
She was sick.
Ah, I shouldn't have mentioned it to you. Forget it.
Yeah, this is definitely just an adventure game, a graphic adventure game from the past, which is good. And I'm really disappointed with so many user reviews bad mouthing this game. Of course, it's quite early for me, but still.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah? Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
She?
That'll be all for now.
I thought that it would be Fitzroy. You know, the only boat that comes here. Anyway.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
She will do it again.
Oh.
The girl doctor. Colden. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
21st of May, 1847. The skiller returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. He had given up hope. The crew of the skiller, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales. I think it's cetacean, right? That is already being called the miraculous catch, covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of the perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefits. I doubt they know the last part, or at least at the time. And, while on board. Anyway, there's no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine, right? From which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. It's a bit late now. Special evening of the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free testing event. Come with your family or with friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate. Okay. Miraculous cats is what the locals call the last catch of the whalers. In 1947, although whales were disappearing from the fishing zone of the darkwater whalers, the crew of the Scylla made the gigantic and monstrous cats save the island from famine. They still celebrate the cats, or these cats. An article from the Times still decorated to the bar. It's strange how the memory seems so alive, as if it was maintained by the survivors. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. Not sure why this is a clue though.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader. Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
I know.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I don't think you were alive at the time.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I wonder if that huge whale was not a whale.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
If I had the wing of the girly boys, I was better than fly.
What you looking at, stranger?
I'm just passing by, sorry.
Let me drink, stranger.
What?
I told you to beat it.
Okay, Michael.
You have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
She will do it again, you know. Oh, the girl doctor. Cold. She won't stop asking.
broken. This place seems half abandoned.
Yeah.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Alright, this looks surprisingly in a good condition.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Okay, so the sea is almost silent.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. Okay. Ooh, volume 2. The second volume teaches ethics and good practice to medical staff. That's good. Alright. Having the green light really creepy. Very ghosty.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
In this photograph, a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on the bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg. No date.
What a macabre souvenir.
Macabre, that's why?
What a macabre souvenir.
A leg.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck. I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? Can I follow him or not?
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although, these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder? I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth, and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Oh, I have 2 points now. Wait. Who are the bootleggers? I don't remember now. Plus, bootleggers. All I can think of CDs and cassettes and movies. Let's see what else it means. Okay, this is apparently a shop nearby. Well, not nearby, quite far away actually. Ah, makes or sells alcoholic liquor illegally. So why are they? I don't know. I want to see the letter there. Right, we have 2 points. I want to do this, I think. Good. Okay, that's a bit weird. Wait. Let's have a look inside. Might be able to detect something extra.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
What is it? Bell? Really quite amazing detail in the game. No, I thought perhaps there is whale oil that causes it to be green, but I doubt they killed any whale in time recently, apart from the one outside there. But yeah, that's not the case, is it?
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
said it.
She will do it again, you know. The girl
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering.
What?
We'll follow its
Another
leader
break?
and appear
One of
at
those
various
damn
locations,
sailors came looking for
gifted
trouble
with
again.
its own
But he
consciousness,
won't try again anytime
until
soon.
it finds a
We
new
gave him
leader.
a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message.
What is going on here? I mean, on the island.
She won't stop asking.
Okay, instead of going to the warehouse, let's see what's going on this way. See the same guy?
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
I shall take my leave.
Wait, is this the way to the warehouse? I thought that was... This might be the warehouse. I don't know.
Shysters, you're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
What's the difference between a police officer and a private detective?
The badge?
Exactly. Apart from that piece of metal, there's nothing that sets us apart.
You think so?
We're looking for the same thing, you and I.
Okay. Spare me the next verse. I'll tell you what I know. There are sailors who think that there's a beast prowling around the docks. And then again, these guys panic at the thought of bringing a rabbit onto a boat, so...
I see.
And there are others who would like to use the warehouses for their goods.
Who are they?
Sorry. I really can't talk about them.
Probably the bootleggers. I mean, that makes sense. So, I assume this is an entrance. Yeah, this is definitely an adventure game. Not what I expected. I thought it was gonna be more of a horror, action horror, FPS action horror. But yeah, I was wrong. Good. I mean, I like it. Definitely very horrorous. Okay. I didn't know she was going to do that.
Damnation. I broke it. St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Does the patron saint of whales and whalers still protect the sailors of Darkwater? Visibly there were other gods before St. Brendan, and their worshippers do not seem to be of this opinion. The locals still worship the old saint, but a mark was made on the statue by another cult. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce. Thinking before I go inside the warehouse, perhaps I should go talk to the captain again. Okay.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh? We saw what you did to St. Brendan. Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
How can I be the one who defaced your saint? I've just come ashore, you idiots.
That's true. We're as drunk as lords. You bet. You could have gone by without us seeing you.
Do not rile me. You can hardly stand up.
He's right. We're no match. For the moment. We're annoyed. It's understandable. There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue. Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us. What brings you to Darkwater?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum. They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder? They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors. If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing. Nothing at all.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Come on, you could tell me.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
I bet that you hid them somewhere in your hut on the docks.
Not even. And don't go looking there.
What are you talking about?
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
I wonder if... Let's check the statue again, because they talked about hiding something, and the sailor said something about seeing them near the statue. Perhaps now we can find something.
I've no idea what it says.
Guess not. Fair enough. Wait, can you go into the door again?
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Something real bad. Don't put that beast back in the water.
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Apparently the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type.
Okay, so I was right. The actual warehouse is that huge one. And they just happen to have that warehouse, smaller one, abandoned and protected for now. Well, now. We can go there and there's no save. I assume that's what we have to do. Spot hidden skill allows you to detect hidden items in a close range. One shot. Ratchet device. This part enables heavy loads to be lifted and held aloft without risk.
This ratchet device seems to be usable. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. This tunnel goes under the warehouses. I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
I go there. Can we see what it is? Am I missing anything? This lever activates a mechanism.
This handle will be perfect for the winch.
I assume the reason why it is blinking is because there's something more left. Detect. Just don't know if I have the necessary skill to do so. Okay, there's clearly something missing.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I shall take my leave.
Aha.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch. Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle.
Game saved.